How do you know if you're actually hungry or if you're eating for emotional reasons instead? Keep watching and find out. So you find yourself in the kitchen again, asking yourself, why did I come in here? You open the fridge and look for something to eat. Nothing really looks good. So you check the cupboards, and there are those chips or those cookies from yesterday, and those look delicious. So you eat a few cookies and maybe some chips, and pretty soon you realize you've eaten more than you want, and now you feel worse than when you entered the kitchen. Emotional eating costs us peace of mind and our health. Snacking or grazing here or all day long adds up to feelings of guilt and shame over the course of the day. Use the broccoli test to determine if you're actually hungry or not. The broccoli test is a binary indicator, yes, I'm hungry, or no, I'm not, of true hunger, so that you can feel good about eating if you're actually hungry. And that's a big part of this. Or doing something else fulfilling if you're not actually hungry. Hi, I'm Erika Flint, a software engineer who stopped drinking and lost weight with hypnosis. And for over 11 years now, I've helped emotional eaters regain control of their eating, find peace and happiness with a new relationship with food, and lose the weight once and for all with powerful heart-centered hypnosis. So here's how the broccoli test works, and you can use it anytime, anywhere. I want you to think about a food that you would eat only when you're hungry. Now, of course, most of us enjoy eating sweets and junk food when we're not hungry, right? I don't have to be hungry to want to eat an Oreo cookie or a Dairy Queen Blizzard or something like that. But this question is asking you the opposite of that question. What food do you only eat when you're actually hungry? And for this, we can look at foods that you like, but usually are somewhat healthy. So, for example, this is where broccoli comes in. Many people like to eat broccoli when they're hungry. Same thing with apples. They like to eat an apple or some fruit when they're hungry, but you're unlikely to crave these foods. You're unlikely to stress eat broccoli or stress eat apples, for example. So by using these foods, it becomes a true indicator of hunger. And so the benefit here is that we choose ahead of time what that food is. So in that moment, this decision process is easier. What food would you eat only when you're actually hungry? Make sure to write it down. You can say, would I eat broccoli? Would I eat an apple? Would I eat a potato? And leave a comment below and let me know what your broccoli food is, because I would love to know what works for you. Now, this is such an asset to have at your disposal, no longer falling into the traps of wondering what you're doing in the kitchen or break room only to reach for more food. So now you have an action plan. So this is what you're going to do. When you find yourself in the kitchen or the break room, I want you to ask yourself, would I eat broccoli? Or would I eat an apple? Whatever your food is, whatever you determine your broccoli test food is, would you eat that? Now, if the answer is yes, if broccoli sounds good, or if an apple sounds good, this means that you're actually hungry. Good job. Now you can feel good about actually being hungry and go eat something healthy, something that you can be proud of. It's usually a whole food, something that your grandmother would recognize as food. And this is usually what the body wants. Okay. Now that part is pretty easy, but the truth is a lot of the time you're going to realize you're not actually hungry. Okay, now this means you're not actually hungry, but I want you to notice that you need a break. Your brain needs a break. You wandered into the kitchen or the break room for a reason. You were probably just working a lot. And if you just go back to work, you're going to stress yourself out again and find yourself in the kitchen. Okay, so this is where it's so important. Love yourself enough to recognize that your brain needs a break. Okay, so you need to do something else. This is the important part. Now, if you've had any aha moments so far, please be sure to subscribe to this channel for more of this type of content. So now what do? You find yourself in the kitchen or break room, you do the broccoli test, you realize you're not hungry, and you realize, oh, you need a break. Your brain needs a break. Don't just go back to work or whatever you were just doing. Okay, so you have to find out, what is it that you can do that is fulfilling. And I think fulfilling is the right word here, right? Because when we feel fulfilled, we're less likely to eat for emotional reasons. So this is about self-love. This is about recognizing in you, what do you really need right now? Do you need to rest? Do you need to sit down and do hypnosis for 10 minutes? Do you need to go sit outside in the sun and get some vitamin D and enjoy the sunshine? Do you need to maybe read a book, pet a dog, go on a short walk? And so if you're not hungry, you have to do something else. Give yourself permission to take a 10 or 15-minute break and do something else. Replenish yourself. So when you are meeting your needs, whether that is to take a mental or physical break from what you were doing, you'll find that you're eating less. You're thinking about food less, so the food noise goes down because the mind doesn't have to bribe you with food anymore to take a break. But you still might be wondering, what should you do instead? So it's critical that you really listen to yourself and recognize what would replenish your body and your mind. Otherwise, you'll be running on anxiety and stress all day, and that just makes it harder to eat right and lose weight. So here are some of the actions that work really well for my clients. Number one is hypnosis, of course, and that can be your go-to strategy. It's really easy. You can do self-hypnosis. You can listen to a recording. And if you'd like a recording, visit reprogramyourweight.com, get a free copy of my book and a free hypnosis recording so that you can get started with hypnosis and weight loss right away. The other thing that you can do is walking. So taking a short walk is very popular, enjoying time outside or with nature, dancing, putting on some music, enjoying time with your pets, resting, anything like that. So really allow yourself to notice what you want to do. Maybe it's sewing, maybe it's painting, maybe it's pottery, maybe it should be something enjoyable. Okay. It shouldn't be going and doing the laundry or going and doing a chore. It's something that your brain actually wants. So it's fulfilling and it's meeting a deeper need. Now, you might wonder, Erika, why do I need to do this if I want to lose weight? All of this contributes to the reduction of food noise, and the more that you are meeting your deeper needs, the less likely you are to reach for food when you're not actually hungry. So condition yourself to use the broccoli test every time you're not sure if you're hungry. As a matter of fact, I give my clients a refrigerator magnet that says their food on it, would I eat broccoli? So that they ask themselves when they walk in the kitchen, and it helps them not even when they're not hungry, first of all, but now they're doing other things in their life. They're enjoying their life more because they're giving themselves permission to do these other things because they know it pays off. Now, over a little bit of time, what you'll find is that instead of ending up in the kitchen, you'll end up in the craft room. You'll end up outside. So the brain kind of picks up on this cue and gives you ideas for taking other types of breaks other than food. Now, when you do eat and use the broccoli test and you realize that you are hungry, you feel better about eating because you know that you're hungry. And then you also feel better about the other things that you're doing in your life too, because you're not choosing to eat when you're not actually hungry. So you'll find that you're sleeping better and you're losing weight. And you'll start dreaming of that walk or dreaming of sitting in the sun instead of dreaming about chips or candy. So how did I use the broccoli test to lose 30 pounds and keep it off? That's coming up next, so stay tuned to see how I lost weight as a professional hypnotist, 30 pounds in 3 months, and kept it off. See you there.